Is there anything better than heading home to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to watch the lads walk out onto the pitch in front of 60,000 people and just enjoy 90 minutes of not caring about anything other than the football, not caring about anything but the players on the pitch, not caring about the results elsewhere, not caring about anything but the Premier League. Tottenham's first Premier League game of the season was disappointing. Yes, a 1-1 draw away to Leicester, but the boys are returning home for the first time in the 2024-25 campaign as they host Everton on Saturday afternoon. As many of you will be aware, Tottenham have an incredibly difficult opening run in the Premier League season with the likes of Newcastle, Arsenal, Manchester United, West Ham and Brighton all lurking around the corner. So it is imperative that Tottenham get off to a winning start at home and get 3 points on the board to try and establish some momentum under Ange Postecoglou heading into that run. Ange has had 5 or 6 days to try and remedy the mistakes and the problems that we saw at the King Power Stadium on Monday night, and hopefully we're going to see a much improved second half performance from Tottenham in this game against Sean Dyche's team. Everton had a much worse start to the season than us, losing 3-0 at home to Brighton, so they will be up for it. They will be ready to try and get their first points of the season on the board, and we have to be aware ourselves, and we cannot let up. Nothing other than 3 points will do in this game. There are changes that I'm hoping are going to be made to the starting 11. Hopefully will be tactical tweaks on the pitch as well, and I would love nothing more than for Tottenham to put on a dominant, no-nonsense performance and win the game 3, 4, 5-0 even. Now, of course, I know that I'm probably asking for a lot. However, there's no excuses for not winning this game. Yes, I know I said the same thing for the Leicester match, but this time I really mean it. With 60,000 home fans shouting from the inside that stadium that can get rocking when people come together, it should be a formality. And this is what I want to see happen. Changes to the system. I don't expect the back four to change or Vicario to come out of goal. Of course, there were recent reports that Tottenham are looking to bring in a goalkeeper before the end of the transfer window, but it's understood that that goalkeeper will play as a backup to Vicario. Brandon Austin was on the bench for Tottenham against Leicester, and I don't think he necessarily fits the mould or has the quality to be able to play an efficient understudy to Vicario. So he will retain his spot in goal, as will the likes of Destiny Udogie, Mickey van der Ven, Christian Romero and Pedro Porro. I expect that back four to be the same as it was on Monday night. We saw problems in the back line in the second half against Leicester, and hopefully now that we've had 5 or 4 more days of training after that first game, the sharpness and the fitness levels at where they need to be to maintain their standards and performance that we saw in the opening 45 for the whole 90 minutes this time. Udogie looked shot in the second half. Pedro Porro's positioning was a bit out of place. Romero lacked a little bit of awareness. Those are all things I want to see completely closed off and not happening again in this match. In midfield, could we see the return of Yves Bissouma at centre mid with Rodrigo Bentancur not available because of the concussion that he picked up in that game against the Foxes? Could we see Archie Gray in line for his first start? Could we see Lucas Bergvall come into the team? Well, your guess is as good as mine. This is what I would like to see. I would like to see Archie Gray handed his first start for Tottenham against Everton. I think he did a solid enough job off the bench against Leicester earlier in the week, and I think he has more than what it takes to be able to work with the team, especially at home, to get us over the line and get us 3 points. I do think that Pat Matasar will start again, and while I would like Gray to get that other central midfield role, it wouldn't surprise me to see Yves Bissouma come back into the team. I think Ange will lean towards being slightly more forgiving of the Mali international because of what happened to Bentancur. But the good news is he has a lot of options. On the left, I expect Heung-min Son to retain his place as the captain. Yes, we know that he didn't have the best performance during the opening game, but we know that when he is on it, he can be a handful for any fullback and defender in the league and in Europe. So let's hope that he can just pick up his levels a little bit, get himself on the score sheet and lead the team in the way that we need our captain to. In that middle, James Maddison was superb in the first half against Leicester. He looked like the man that we saw in the first 10 games under Ange Postecoglou last season. He was pulling the strings, dictating the play, getting chances, creating chances, having chances and shots at goal himself. But again, we saw him drop off in the second half. Has he got the fitness levels and what it takes to be able to do that across the entire entire game against Everton? If yes, happy to start him. If not, Lucas Bergwall was a capable replacement when he came off the bench in the last 10 or 12 minutes. So whoever starts out of those two, I have absolutely no problems. Brennan Johnson worked hard on the right wing for Tottenham in the first game, but I think he should be replaced by Dejan Kulusevski for this one. Decky had 11 touches in the Leicester box within 12 minutes of coming on for Tottenham against them, and he looked dangerous, he looked sharp, he looked like he had a bit of a bee in his bonnet because he wasn't selected to start. I expect that to change, and I do expect him to get a place in that team somewhere. And then up top, Dominic Solanke played 90 minutes for Tottenham on his debut. He looked good in spells, he looked a bit rusty elsewhere, but there's no doubt that he will be starting that game against Everton, and I do think this is a game that he can score more than one goal in. He had 3 shots on target against Leicester, and they were sort of all at the keeper, very easy saves, so maybe he was just lacking that little bit of confidence to find the corners that we know Harry Kane would do on a regular basis. But with the way we like to stretch the game and use the wingers, I can see Solanke having an excellent opportunity to open his account in this Tottenham shirt. Everton are no pushovers, and that's not me making premature excuses in case the result doesn't go our way. I 100% stand by the fact that we should be winning this game and we should not be having too many problems with it. We know Jordan Pickford is a capable goalkeeper, and they have the likes of Jared Branthwaite in defence, Calvert-Lewin up top if he's even fit. But with the loss of Amadou Onana to Aston Villa over the summer, I do just feel like there's an opportunity there for us to put a marker down in our first home game of the season. Without the lights and the cameras and all eyes on Tottenham like they were on Monday night, hopefully it should ease a little bit of the pressure, but the fans will be expectant, and rightfully so. I know that Ange wants to back up his statements that he said that he usually wins things during his second season, that he's not here just to take part, so let's see it on the pitch for this game. We're all expecting a marked improvement to what we saw in the second half in the Midlands, and I am fully confident that we will deliver that on the pitch and get a very, very convincing win this weekend. But let me know what you think. Which players would you bring into the team for this game? Are there any changes that you would make that I haven't mentioned? And how do you think the game is going to go? I'll be back as usual with a reaction piece straight after the game, so make sure you tune in to my YouTube channel, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss anything. But for now, that's all from me. Enjoy your weekend, and as always, come on you Spurs.